Welcome back to Man vs. AI, where we explore the wonderful world of artificial intelligence and how it's totally not going to take over your life. Just kidding, maybe. Look, the point is, AI is here. It's evolving faster than a politician backtracking on a campaign promise. And it's promising to revolutionize everything. Today, we're counting down the top 10 ways AI will make your life absolutely perfect. Or, not. Because for every algorithm designed to make life a breeze, there's probably another one lurking out there ready to sell your browsing history to the highest bidder. So buckle up, grab your tinfoil hats, optional but recommended, and let's dive into the wild world of AI, shall we? Number 10. Let's be honest, nothing says the future is now like an algorithm that knows you better than your own mother. And by better, I mean it can predict when you're about to run out of toothpaste and then proceed to bombard you with targeted ads for, organic bamboo charcoal toothpaste infused with unicorn tears. It's like having a creepy digital stalker whispering sweet consumerist nothings in your ear 24/7. Oh, you just looked at a pair of shoes? Well, guess what? Here are 17 more pairs in slightly different shades of beige that you absolutely need to buy right now. Look, I'm not saying personalized ads are all bad. Sometimes they can be oddly specific and helpful, like when they remind you that, yes, you really do need more cat food, but the line between helpful and horrifyingly invasive is about as thin as a politician's promise. And let's be honest, we've all been burned by that before. So the next time you see an ad that feels a little too personal, just remember, AI is watching. It knows what you want, it knows when you want it, and it will stop at nothing to make sure you buy it, even if it means resorting to showing you the same ad 47 times in a row. Because in the world of AI-powered advertising, there's no escape. Resistance is futile. Prepare to be assimilated. Or, just clear your cookies and hope for the best. At number 9, the smart home. The dream of the future where everything is automated, interconnected, and constantly judging your life choices. Forgot to turn off the lights before leaving for work? Your smart home remembers. Left the thermostat up a degree too high? Your smart home is judging your carbon footprint. And don't even get me started on the existential dread that comes with your refrigerator knowing you're out of milk before you do. Look, I get it. The idea of a home that anticipates your needs, adjusts the lighting to your mood, and maybe even cooks you dinner is appealing. But at what cost? Do we really want to live in a world where our homes are constantly listening, watching, and collecting data on our every move? And let's not forget the inevitable glitches, because nothing says relaxing evening at home like your smart speaker suddenly blasting heavy metal at 3 a.m. or your smart lights deciding to throw a rave while you're trying to have a romantic dinner. So, before you hand over the keys to your kingdom to an army of interconnected devices, ask yourself, is the convenience of a smart home worth the potential invasion of privacy and the constant fear that your toaster oven is secretly plotting against you? Number 8. Remember the days when the most stressful part of driving was parallel parking? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because the future of transportation is here, and it comes with a whole new set of anxieties. Say hello to autonomous vehicles, where the only thing scarier than traffic is the thought of a computer making life or death decisions for you. Now, I'm not saying self-driving cars are a bad idea. In theory, they could reduce accidents, ease congestion, and maybe even give us back some precious time during our commutes. But the reality is, we're still a long way from a world where you can just hop in your car, tell it where to go, and then take a nap while it navigates rush hour traffic. There are still ethical dilemmas to consider, like how these vehicles will make decisions in unavoidable accidents. And let's not forget the potential for hacking, because nothing says road trip like someone taking control of your car and driving you straight into a ditch. So, while the promise of autonomous vehicles might seem appealing, the reality is we're still a few software updates away from a future where we can truly let go of the wheel and trust our lives to robots. Until then, I think I'll stick to driving myself. At least that way, if I crash, I'll only have myself to blame. Number 7, healthcare, that beautiful broken system that we all love to hate. But don't worry, AI is here to either save the day or, accidentally diagnose you with something you saw on Grey's Anatomy last week. Because nothing says peace of mind like a computer algorithm deciding whether you need a Band-Aid or a triple bypass. Now, I'm not saying AI doesn't have the potential to revolutionize healthcare. From diagnosing diseases earlier to developing new treatments, the possibilities are pretty mind-blowing. Imagine a world where your doctor could access your entire medical history, analyze your genetic makeup, and predict potential health risks before they even become a problem. But let's not forget the potential downsides. What happens when AI starts making mistakes? Who's responsible when a robot misdiagnoses a patient or recommends the wrong treatment? And what about the potential for bias in algorithms trained on data that might not represent the diversity of the human experience? Look, AI in healthcare is still in its infancy, and there are a lot of kinks to work out before we can all start trusting robots with our lives. But hey, at least it's better than trying to decipher your doctor's handwriting, right? Number 6. Let's be honest, we've all been there. You're trying to get your virtual assistant to understand a simple request like set an alarm for 7 a.m. But instead it hears play Baby Shark on repeat for the next hour. And suddenly your peaceful morning routine descends into a chaotic battle of wills with a disembodied voice that seems determined to drive you to the brink of insanity. Look, I get it. Virtual assistants are supposed to make our lives easier, but sometimes it feels like they're actively trying to make us lose our minds. They misunderstand our requests, they interrupt our conversations, and they seem to have an uncanny ability to go rogue at the most inconvenient times. But hey, at least yelling at Siri is a good way to release some pent-up frustration, right? It's practically therapy. Just try not to think about the fact that your virtual assistant is probably recording your every outburst and sending it back to some massive data center where it will be analyzed, categorized, and used to further personalize your digital experience. So the next time you find yourself locked in an epic battle of wills with your virtual assistant, just remember you're not alone. We're all in this together. And by this, I mean the slow, inevitable descent into a digital dystopia ruled by sentient toasters and sassy smart speakers. Number 5, our predictive text, the technological marvel that allows us to communicate with the speed of thought, or at least the speed of someone frantically tapping a tiny keyboard with their thumbs. It's a love-hate relationship, really. On the one hand, predictive text can be a lifesaver, saving us from embarrassing typos and autocorrect fails. But on the other hand, it can also be incredibly frustrating, especially when it seems determined to finish our sentences with the most awkward or inappropriate suggestions possible. Like that time you were trying to text your boss about a deadline and predictive text decided to throw in a random "I love you" at the end. Or that time you were trying to send a heartfelt message to your significant other and your phone decided to replace "I love you" with "I loaf you." Romantic, right? Look, I get it. Predictive text is still a work in progress, and it's only a matter of time before it becomes so sophisticated that it can practically read our minds. But until then, we're just going to have to deal with the occasional awkward suggestion, the occasional hilarious autocorrect fail, and the constant fear that our phones are secretly judging our grammar and vocabulary. So the next time your phone tries to finish your sentence for you, just remember, take it with a grain of salt, double check before you hit send, and never ever trust an algorithm to understand the nuances of human language. Number 4, remember the days when the only people who could recognize your face were your friends, family, and maybe the cashier at your local grocery store? Well, those days are gone, my friend, because facial recognition technology is here, and it's watching you. That's right, from unlocking your phone to catching criminals, facial recognition is quickly becoming ubiquitous. And while it certainly has its benefits, like increased security and convenience, it also raises some serious concerns about privacy and surveillance. Imagine a world where every time you walk down the street, your face is scanned and compared to a database of millions of images. Imagine a world where your every move is tracked, analyzed, and used to create a detailed profile of your habits, preferences, and even your emotions. Sounds like something out of a dystopian sci-fi novel, right? Well, the reality is we're not that far off. Facial recognition technology is already being used by law enforcement, governments, and even private companies. And as the technology becomes more sophisticated and widespread, the potential for abuse is only going to grow. So the next time you see a camera, just remember, you're being watched, and while there's not much you can do to stop it, you can at least be aware of the risks and take steps to protect your privacy. Number 3, remember those halcyon days of your youth filled with the comforting drone of a teacher's voice, the smell of chalk dust in the air, and the thrill of passing notes in class? Well, kiss those memories goodbye, because the future of education is here, and it's powered by AI. That's right, folks. Get ready for a world where robots replace teachers, algorithms grade your papers, and the only thing you learn in school is how to code your way out of a digital detention. Now, I'm not saying that AI doesn't have the potential to revolutionize education. Imagine personalized learning plans tailored to each student's individual needs, virtual tutors available 24/7, and educational software that can adapt to different learning styles. It sounds pretty great, right? But let's not forget the human element. What about the teachers who inspire us, challenge us, and make us actually want to learn? What about the social interactions and collaborations that are so crucial to our development? Look, Education is about more than just memorizing facts and figures. It's about fostering critical thinking, creativity, and a love of learning. And I'm not sure a robot can do that, at least not yet. So while AI might have a place in the classroom of the future, let's not forget the importance of human connection and the irreplaceable role that teachers play in shaping young minds. After all, who else is going to confiscate your phones when you're supposed to be paying attention? Number 2. Art, that grand endeavor of human expression, emotion, and, let's be honest, occasional pretentiousness. But what happens when you remove the human from the equation? Enter AI art, where algorithms become the new Picassos and digital brushstrokes replace actual brushstrokes. It's art, but not as you know it, Jim. Now, I'm not saying AI can't create visually stunning or even thought-provoking pieces. The ability of algorithms to generate complex patterns, mimic artistic styles, and even compose music is undeniably impressive. But is it art, or is it just a sophisticated imitation, devoid of the soul, the intention, the sheer messy humanity that makes art so compelling? Look, art is subjective. One person's masterpiece is another person's "my kid could do that." But when you strip away the human element, the years of practice, the emotional investment, the sheer audacity of putting yourself out there, what are you left with? Lines of code, algorithms, data points? It's enough to make you want to scream into the void, or at least into a chatbot programmed to sound sympathetic. So while AI might be able to create something that looks like art, I'm not convinced it can ever truly replicate the human experience, the joy, the pain, the sheer messy beauty that makes art so powerful. But hey, I'm just a fleshy meat sack with an opinion. What do I know? And number 1, friendship. That beautiful tapestry woven from shared experiences, inside jokes, and the occasional passive-aggressive group text. But what happens when your best friend is a chatbot, your confidant is an algorithm, and your idea of a wild night out is staying in and debating the meaning of life with a robot? Welcome to the future of friendship, where AI companions are here to fill the void in your heart and possibly your social calendar. Now, I'm not saying that AI companions can't provide a sense of companionship, especially for people who are lonely, isolated, or just crave someone to talk to. The ability of these AI systems to hold conversations, learn your preferences, and even mimic empathy is impressive. But let's be real, folks, it's not the same as connecting with another human being. Imagine telling your AI companion about your terrible day, only to have it respond with a pre-programmed platitude, or even worse, a cheerful reminder that you're statistically more likely to win the lottery than have another bad day. Not exactly comforting, is it? Look, human connection is messy, complicated, and often frustrating. But it's also what makes life worth living. It's about shared laughter, shared tears, and the comforting knowledge that you're not alone in this crazy, mixed-up world. And no matter how sophisticated AI companions become, I don't think they'll ever be able to truly replicate that. So, while AI companions might have their place, let's not forget the importance of real human connection. Put down your phones, step away from the screens, and go out and have a conversation with another human being. You might be surprised at what you learn. And there you have it, folks. 10 ways AI is going to make your life absolutely perfect. Or, drive you completely insane. Maybe it'll be both. Who knows? Maybe the robots will take over and finally create that utopia we've all been promised. Or maybe they'll just use their advanced intelligence to target us with even more personalized ads for things we didn't know we needed. Either way, the future is coming, and it's powered by algorithms. So buckle up, embrace the singularity, and try not to think about the fact that your toaster might be judging your breakfast choices. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Man vs AI. See you next time.